Sorry for the disturbance in the next video. So we continue the previous video of the alcohol, drugs and alcohol abuse. So you can take it as a part 2 because I have some reasons that I have to stop the video. Okay. So first is the thing. Addiction is psychological attachment to certain effects as a euphoria and temporary feeling of well-being associated with the drugs and alcohol. These drive people to take them even when these are not needed or even when their use becomes self-destructive. With the repeated use of drugs, the tolerance level of the receptors in your body increases. Consequently, receptors respond only to high doses of drugs or alcohol, leading to greater intake and addiction. And however, it should be clearly borne in mind that use of these drugs even once can be a forerunner to addiction. Thus, the addictive potential of the drugs and alcohol put the user into a vicious cycle, leading to the regular use abuse from which he/she may not be able to get out. In the absence of any guidance or counseling, the person gets addicted and becomes dependent on their use. Dependence is a tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic and present withdrawal syndrome. Dependence is a tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic and present withdrawal syndrome. If regular dose of drugs, alcohol are abruptly discontinued, this is characterized by a and present withdrawal syndrome. If it is characterized by anxiety, shakiness, nausea, and sweating, which may be delayed when use is resumed again. In some cases, withdrawal symptoms can be severe and even life-threatening, and the person may need medical supervision. Dependence leads the patient to ignore all social norms in order to get sufficient funds to satiate his or her needs. This results in many social problems. So in this addiction and dependence, it's told about the addiction because if we take the alcohols even once, it makes us damn addicted to it because the receptors in our brain take it as a feeling of crave. Okay, this one time this thing gave us the happiness. Now we again want happiness. Let's take that thing again. It's not like that. That's why we should not take alcohol, drugs in use for even once because it makes a damn addicted in the one taste of it. And it's like that. It's not for. And also, you increase the intake because if you take one first time, so you will want to take this much next time so that you feel satisfied. It's like that because of the increased receptivity of the brain neurons. So one time you take a small amount of the alcohol or already drug, so it will brain will not feel satisfied in that small amount again. It want more, and your addiction gets on the high level. And yes, you are so damn addicted, you can't get out of the vicious cycle of this. And also your dependence because as by time goes, you will become dependent on it. And if you start to leave it suddenly, like if you're drinking alcohol one day and suddenly you say, I will not drink alcohol today I am a sant, your body will react. You will face a withdrawal symptom which will call like nausea, sweating, you will feel sweaty, you feel the urgent need of taking it, anxiety, sickness, and you must need a medical supervision over it because this is the withdrawal syndrome because you have made your body dependent on that alcohol or drug. So you first get addicted, then you get dependent. I just say this line, I don't know. Effects of drug alcohol abuse. So let's see the effects of it, how much effective you take it and how it is. Effects of drugs alcohol abuse. The immediate adverse effects of drugs and alcohol abuse are manifesting in the form of reckless behavior, vandalism, and violence. So yes, you take the drug or alcohol. I guess you already know what people do after taking the alcohols. Yes, they are violent. They would just smash the things. They feel like, oh, I'm so powerful, damn, I can destroy everything. Vandalism. Excessive vandalism is the breaking things thing. And violence, like you have all heard the cases of the man drinking the alcohol and making their wife so rude and so heartbreaking these things are. That's why we say girls work. Girls, you have to work. You have to get top over all the things and you must do it. You should be on your feet, spending your own money lavishly and just get to know the world, how much you want to travel and all the people fulfill all your wishes. Just the thing that can pave your path is study. I also guide me this way. But some things, I don't know. Okay, let's continue. So excessive doses of drugs may lead to coma and death. Okay. Excessive doses of drug may lead to coma and death due to respiratory failure, heart failure, and cerebral hemorrhage. This combination of drugs or their intake along with their alcohol generally results in overdosing and even death. The most common warning signs of drug and alcohol abuse among youth include drop in academic performance, unexplained absence from school, college, lack of interest in personal hygiene, withdrawal, isolation, depression, fatigue, aggressive, rebellious behavior, deteriorating relationship with family and friends, loss of interest in hobbies, stealing and sleep, and nervous fluctuation, weight, appetite. It will change your life if you take the drug alcohol balance. So many bad effects. There may even be some far-reaching implications of drug alcohol abuse. If an abuser is unable to get money to buy drugs alcohol, he/she may turn to stealing. Adverse effects are just not restricted to a person who is using drugs or alcohol. At times, the drug alcohol addict becomes the casual of mental and financial distress to his family and friends. I don't know why there are so many paragraphs about drugs and alcohol abuse. It was not even about the AIDS and cancer in this message. Okay. Those who take drugs intravenously, direct injection into the vein using needle series, are most more likely to acquire serious infections like AIDS and hepatitis. The viruses which are responsible for these diseases are transferred from one person to another by sharing of infected needle syringes. Both AIDS and hepatitis B infections are chronic infections and ultimately fatal. Both can be transmitted through sexual contact or infected blood. The use of alcohol during adolescence may also have long-term effects. It could lead to heavy drinking in adulthood. The chronic use of drugs means it's like that if you drink too much alcohol in your youth, you will become a drunkard in your adulthood. The chronic use of drugs and alcohol damages nervous system and liver cirrhosis. And if you're using too much of drugs and alcohol, it damages the nervous system and liver cirrhosis it is called. The use of drugs and alcohol during pregnancy is also known to adversely affect the fetus, because there are some mothers who don't care about it. They just want to satisfy their own needs. Another misuse of drugs is what certain sport persons do to enhance their performance. Sport persons also use. The whole world is engrossed in the bad kind of things. But means there are good things. But thing is that the bad things are put forward so that people know about it and try to prevent it. The misuse in narcotic analgesics, anabolic steroids, diuretics, and certain hormones in sports increase the muscle strength and bulk to promote the aggressiveness, because this drugs also gives the aggressiveness and the muscle strength to fight. And as a result, increase athletic performance. The side effects of the use of anabolic steroids in females include masculinization features like males. Look like a male. I'm not using any anabolic steroids. Increase aggressiveness. Maybe. I'm not using it. Mood swings. Oh my god, literally. Depression. Abnormal menstrual cycles. Maybe. Excessive hair growth on face and body. No. Enlargement of clitoris. I don't know. Deepening of voice. I don't know. In main, so means I have less features that I am not using anabolic steroids. In males, it includes acne, increased pregnancy, mood swings, depression, reduction of size of the testicles, decreased sperm production, potential for kidney and liver disinfection, breast enlargement. What? Premature baldness, enlargement of the prostate gland. Heart for the first time. Means not like that. These are already underlined. These effects may be permanent with the prolonged use in the adolescent male or female. Severe facial and body acne and premature closure of the growth centers of the lower bones may result in a stunted growth. Height अगर छोटी रह जाती है, that's also due to the alcohol and drugs use. In some cases, who use. Otherwise, you would say to me, "Oh, my neighbor drinks a lot of alcohol. He is so taller in height." I say some cases. Prevention and control. Oh my god, this chapter is literally so damn big. Or am I taking too much time? Don't know. Prevention control. The age of prevention is better than cure. Holds true here. Also, it is also true that habits such as smoking, taking drug, alcohol are more likely to be taken up at young age, more during adolescence. Hence, it is best to identify the situation that may push an adolescent towards the use of drugs or alcohol and to take remedial measures well in time. In this regard, the parents and the teachers have a special responsibility. Parenting that combines with the high levels of nurturance and constant discipline has been associated with a lower risk of substance, alcohol, drugs, tobacco abuse. Some of the measures mentioned here would be particularly useful for prevention and control of alcohols and drugs among use among adolescents. Avoid undue peer pressure. Every child has his or her own choice and personality which should be respected and nurtured. A child should not be pushed unduly to perform beyond his or her threshold limits, be it studies, sports, or other activities. Education and counseling him or her to face problems and stresses. Education and counseling him her to face problems and stress and to accept disappointments and failures as a part of life. Yeah, it occurs in the youngsters like us because it's like that now. When we keep being successful all the time in the previous history when we are with our parents, and when we suddenly lose the comfort zone, we start everything is failing in our life. It happens, and we are not ready to face the failure at all. I feel I can work more hard for it, but yeah, I don't want to get the failure because for some people it's just one thing, but that one thing for us determines whether we should be alive or not. I know some people are there on the net, they would say not a single paper decides your future. It does. Man, it does. You don't know actually what it really means. It's for the people who carry talents that they can do much more. But for us now, the things we want to be, the things we are passionate about, when we feel lacking towards it now, it's not a good feeling. Okay, I have not much more time. So okay, let's move forward. It would also be worthwhile to channelize the child's energy into healthy pursuits like sports, reading, music, yoga, and other extracurricular activities. Also worthwhile to channelize the child. I also wanted to be means I love why I'm talking about myself. Seeking help from parents and peers, help from parents and peers should be sought immediately so that they can guide appropriately. Help me even sought from close and trusted friends. Besides getting proper advice to sort out their problems, this would help young to vent their feelings of anxiety and guilt. This occurs. Looking for danger signs. Alert parents and teachers need to look for identify dangers and discuss above. Even friends, if they find someone using drugs, alcohol, should not hesitate to bring this to the notice of the parent or teacher in the best interest of the person concerned. Appropriate measures should be then be required to diagnose the malady and the underlying causes. This would help to initiate the proper remedial steps or treatment. Seeking professional medical help. A lot of help is available in the form of highly highly qualified psychologists, psychiatrists, and rehabilitation programs to help individuals who have unfortunately gotten into the quagmire of drug alcohol abuse. With such health effectiveness, maybe the sufficient willpower can get rid of the problem completely and lead a perfectly normal and healthy life. Summary: health is not just about absence of the disease. It is a state of complete physical, mental, social, and psychological well-being. This is like typhoid, cholera, pneumonia, fungal infections like skin, malaria. Many others are major causes of distress. Vector malaria causes plasmodium, not if you are part of person decontamination of water. Control of factors like mosquitoes and immunization are very helpful in preventing these diseases. Our immune system plays a major role in preventing these diseases, and when we are exposed to disease-causing agents, the innate defenses in our body like skin, mucous membranes, antimicrobial substances within our tears and flowers that help to block the entry of pathogens. Immune system has memory on the subsequent evidence of some. So that's all for today. Thank you for your company. I love your company. Bye bye. This was all about the alcohol and drug abuse. See you next video.